What's going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? Today's video, I wanted to go and talk a little bit about some of this new gas event that's now going to be put back into the journey guide. It's not really a new event, but it's the new part of it is that's going into the journey guide for forever. So we're going to talk about that, some of my old videos, and which ones I would recommend for you guys, especially in P4. P4 is by far the hardest phase. It requires a little bit more RNG than phase 2. So we're going to talk about that in a video that I've done recently that covers it very, very well. And in my opinion, I think it's one of the best guides out there when it comes to like the resource you have to put into it, the gear, the modding of it all. I think it's really, really good. I think it's a lot better than my first one I had done the first time around back in October. So I'd really recommend that one. And also we're going to go talk about in this video the new little teases in the last Galactic War Report podcast that Crumb has dropped that regards the new kit, or not really kit reveals, more about what the new GLs will bring to the table of what they're going to act, what they're going to act like for these new GLs for both Luke and Palpatine. So to start us all off, let's go into my video that I had done, and this is the one I would recommend. So I don't want to go spend too much time on this video about my other video I'm doing right here, but this one is by far the best one I've done and that I've seen myself. I've compared it to other ones out there. I think this is by far the best one. As you can see here at the start, I was able to beat this guide, or this P4 5 times in the span of 2 hours. And I think that goes to show you how powerful this guide really is and what it can do for you and the time needed for this event. And I think getting these guys Gear 13 just for gas is such a waste. And for people who don't want to, I'm not going to show any more there. I maybe will play it as I'm talking. But, you know, for people that are going to try to beat events in general that are low GP or not really crazy high GP, a little bit newer players, they don't want to spend as much money, they're a little bit more free to play, they want to kind of, you know, maintain the resources, not, you know, wail out on anything because they can't because they're free to play. Well, I want to make a guide, and that's what I did. I wanted to make a guide that helps you with lower gear, that does take a little bit more modding, but is still doable for the vast majority of people. And I've been able to beat this 20 plus different times on other people's accounts, helping them out a lot. And I used to have a little thing to help out with, but ever since Arnold drama, I don't know if I'll still do it. Maybe on Discord, if you guys are really interested, you can let me know there and hit me up. But at the moment, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this is a really great event, guys. I would say if you were needing a P4 event guide, this is the one for you. It would be my old one I've done previously, and you can probably now see 3 Ians on the screen because I'm now recording my face cam, that face cam, and that face cam all at once. So yeah, let's get out of here and talk about the one thing I want to talk about, which is this. So this is some tidbits from CG Crumb's appearance on the Galactic War, which happened 2 days ago. So the big thing and the only thing we'll really talk about is the GLs. So both GLs, it says right here, will have transformations which turn them into terrifying threats. Both of these new ones, this says, as opposed to this merely very powerful pre-transformation forms. So, this is Luke. Luke says here that he will be a teacher, quote-unquote teacher, who will be good at enabling allies and buffing his team. He will also be able to dish out damage, or rather dish it out offensively. So he's going to be able to do damage. So when I was looking at this in like what I was reading here, trying to kind of pick it apart and what he can look like potentially, I'm getting a lot of major Hermit Yoda vibes with being that kind of teacher in the sense that he's going to be enabling his allies and buffing his team. But the cool thing now that we've been reading this is that he will actually be able to do damage. So imagine Hermit Yoda, who is a GL, who gives out crazy buffs to the Jedi and really anybody on the team that is a light side, and also can deal some damage. I mean, this is going to be crazy, guys. I think if you were to go for Luke, I did a video about it recently, I think Luke is the way to go for most people if you have already gotten up the other requirements so far. And I think a lot of people will already have those guys done. So Luke is a good one to go for. He has a lot of different uses with that light side faction. That's a pretty big faction for the whole light side, especially the Jedi, which he will be the GL for the Jedi faction. I think this guy is going to be crazy fun to play with. And just the fact that he'll be able to do damage as well as buffing his team is going to be ridiculously awesome. His ultimate, though, I don't know what his ultimate could be, because I would not be a fan if his ultimate was him sacrificing himself. That would be so lame. I would not be for it. I would want somebody to do some more damage, or maybe just kind of safeguard his allies and his teammates, make it so they either get some crazy buffs, or maybe they make it harder for them to kill. I would really hate for it to be a sacrifice. I would not like that at all. So that would be Luke. I'm very excited about Luke, but this Palpatine guy, he is looking very, very spicy. I gotta be honest with you guys. This guy's looking pretty cool. So it says here, GL Palps will be a strongly controlling character with the ability to manipulate the battlefield, in quotes, and force you to do things you don't want to do while hiding himself. So that's just kind of weird, huh? That's kind of a little bit of a creepy thing, huh? But in this sense, I mean, that's kind of what Palpatine's done in the movies, and especially in Episode 9, he forces Rey to kind of, you know, do other things against her will. And that's kind of cool in my opinion, because he's going to first and foremost manipulate the battlefield with like probably stuns, controlling, shocks, I would assume. I mean, his huge thing, if his ultimate is not when he uses his whole EMP in Sky and he shocks the whole thing, that's going to be such a wasted opportunity. So I would assume it's going to be some huge stun, a lot of control happening here. But also forcing you to do things. One thing that I've noticed here that is kind of along those lines in the game that we've gotten so far is with Dooku's leadership. And if you remember, Dooku's leadership is whenever you go below 100% max health, you inflict on yourself some debuffs. So what if we got something to the same kind of sense as that, where Palpatine can force you to do something if something happens. Like if X happens, well then that will happen to you. Or maybe he just does it regardless of that one thing happening. He just, boom, has like an ability or something, and that is what will happen to you. That would be pretty nifty, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe like, I'm just talking about it for a second here. Maybe he has something where he inflicts things onto you based on your role for like tank, attacker, or support. That'd be pretty cool. I think that might be a cool idea. So that's pretty awesome, as well as he'll be hiding himself. So probably a new kind of form of stealth. Maybe he has a bunch of foresight. I don't know. I would assume it's going to be some sort of stealth mechanic. Maybe a new locked stealth where you literally cannot hit him and he's impossible to deal damage to you. I think that might be pretty cool, right? Also, it says here, like the previous two GLs, they will have broad light and dark side synergies, respectively, but also narrower synergies such as Luke with the Jedi. So, like what I just said, you're going to have a lot of synergies with both of the dark and light side factions, but more in particular with the light side being Jedi and dark side being the Sith, for these two new ones being the Sith Eternal Emperor and also the Jedi Master Luke, right? So, a lot of great stuff here, and also a big thing here, people are saying these guys will be the new meta. I hardly think they will be. I very much disagree there. They say here, this is a reiteration, they've said it before, they will be similar in power level to both of the previous GLs for being GL Rey and GL Kylo. So don't worry about these two new ones being the new meta. If you were kind of close or maybe very close to a Kylo, definitely keep going for the Kylo, guys, because I still think he's a very good one to go for if you're close to him. If you're not close to either of them or to any of them at all, maybe consider going for that JK, which I talked about previously. So, yeah, I mean, these guys will be really fun to play with. Of course they will. They're GLs, of course. So, a lot of fun stuff here. They do say some things here with the Galactic Challenges. They have the new 3-day period, which we've now seen. A bit more rewards that they are going to probably be keeping, which I think are not the worst things. And also, they said they will be looking to add new Galactic Challenges monthly, with Hoth and Coruscant coming soon. And also, a big thing here is that it says, with November coming up here soon, it's only August. It's only September. October's next month, and then it'll be November. They say November will be a huge month since the game's 5th anniversary. So I don't know what November with the huge month will be. Maybe it's just a bunch of marquees. Maybe it's a bunch of packs. Maybe it's a lot of fun, free-to-play stuff we're going to have. I don't know what that could mean or entail, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff I want to talk about in today's video, guys. My little guide I wanted to cover in the P4. I don't do any really P2 guides. I would say that Fatals from the playbook has some of the best guides on that P2. I think I've seen SWGoH's as well. Both have some pretty solid guides. In my opinion, for P4, I would say that this new one I've made is very, very solid and stellar. If you guys would like to, I'm not saying you have to or not, but it's a pretty good one in my opinion. So, with all of that being said, thanks for watching today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on the new GLs? What one would you guys be more stoked about when it comes to what we just heard about with their little information that we just got word on rather from the new Crumb guy? I think Palpatine looks very interesting. I would love to see how he all works and functions, but Luke is just going to be Luke. Having all those crazy buffs and being able to deal damage is going to be a lot of fun as well. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments, as well as if you would like to join my Discord, feel free to as well. Link in the description, as well as Patreon and the channel memberships. Feel free to join those as well if you guys would like to. We're going to probably, on those X, by the way, we're going to probably add some new tiers there if you guys would like to check them out. I would like to get them going here shortly for those Patreon and also the memberships. So that's all going to be down the line. As well as if you guys enjoyed the video, of course, leave a like, comment, and sub to the channel if you guys are new here. Thanks for watching it again, guys, and until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.